No.
Hello there and welcome to 2.5 Beards. My name's Adam and I'm joined by
Michael.
I'm Thomas.
and
Hello.
we sit in a car park, record a podcast that's on audio, visual and feelings.
You know I said let's be quick. I don't mean like rush it. See you next week.
I thought because we were a bit time constrained today that I'll just talk really quickly and not tell you when I'm starting.
You did. I think I was still mumbling about something.
I started the camera about 3.5 minutes
Shuffling
ago.
paper.
How is everyone? Everyone good?
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Wonderful.
Good.
Excellent. Superb. Right, well, we sit in a car park and we talk about it. It's cold today, isn't it?
It is.
It's gone cold.
It's going to snow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I went for a walk over the weekend, and normally before we go walking, we'd like prepare everything, have like sandwiches, like 16 layers, and you never need all the stuff. So we thought, oh, we'll just travel light today. Got up to the Peak District, snow. Was not prepared. Was wearing jogging bottoms. Like it was
Jogging bottoms.
Just flip flops on as well.
Yeah, they were Superman jogging bottoms. Yeah, and so it was just snow, and we got to the top of Mantor. Couldn't see anything.
Mantor.
Mantor.
That doesn't even sound like it's in Derby.
No, it's great. It sounds like a
Mantor duck.
It sounds like a terrible stag do, doesn't it? Man on tour.
Oh, a crap film. Sounds like it's in Norway. Mantor.
Yeah. Oh, we've got some Norway.
Yeah.
Norwegians.
We've got some Norway.
I was going to say
Just a little
Norway,
part of it.
Norway connection, but I forgot to say the connection part, which
Oh.
doesn't work for like podcasts when I say half the sentence in my head.
I think Norway's probably the second best Scandinavian country.
Yeah, which is the
What's
first?
the first?
Denmark.
Oh, Denmark is
Sweden.
good.
What about Sweden?
Fuck off. Have you ever been to IKEA? They lose it for that. That and Volvos.
Do you think there's like like when you go around the house and you always find those hair clips everywhere? Do you think in like Sweden they just find Allen keys everywhere?
I keep all my Allen keys. I'm like a deranged soldier in Nam. When I'm doing a wardrobe, I put on like this chain of all Allen keys, instead of ears.
These are the Flatpacks I've conquered in the past.
In fact, my Flatpacks that scared me. They shake as I walk past. I'll tighten you.
It's not spelled Allen though, is it? So it's not a chap called Allen.
It's not Alan's key.
No.
No, it's just
Because what's it like? Doesn't like all money on like banknotes say like property of the Bank of England or something? So you basically borrowing it. Because imagine if like you actually just borrowed Alan's keys and you had to give them back if he asked.
IKEA's crap.
You think?
Crap. If you want to, why don't they don't sell it all together?
No, they don't now. Yeah.
It's like fucking supermarket sweep trying to get a wardrobe.
You're right. Yeah, we're on the same with ours. You've got to buy all the separate parts afterwards. So we
All
only
the
bought the
parts?
actual main bit, and a year and a half later, we still haven't actually gone back and got the extra shelves.
But it's
All the parts.
Yeah.
And then the instructions is like, or it doubles up for either a wardrobe, a chest of drawers, or a fucking
Bed.
a bed, and a dungeon.
oh, 50 Shades.
Imagine that, it's so flimsy. His hand falls off, and he puts it back on, and Alan keys it back on. I knew we should have fixed it to the wall. Nobody ever does it. Don't worry. You ever fix your wardrobe to the wall?
No.
Fucking
No,
mavericks,
really?
aren't we, in
Yes.
this country?
No.
It's okay.
Oh, that
Right,
shit.
yeah.
Last page. Fuck off.
trying to fit it on with an Allen key.
No, Allen keys. There's nothing worse when it keeps just coming out. When you start with an Allen key,
Yeah.
and it comes out to the point where in my house it's called effing whatever. I guess launched down the stairs.
Alan!
Fucking Allen!
But the
Use a screwdriver.
yeah.
Why can't you just use a screwdriver?
Or just get a drill with like an Allen key bit on the end. It's like that'd be the future, innit? Maybe we should start our own.
No,
I've got one of them.
Yeah,
What?
you've got it.
I've got
Guess
one.
what? They don't make any fucking
They don't
holes
fit
the right
They don't
size.
fit the IKEA ones. It's like IKEA light bulbs. They're just a sort of sizing to themselves.
That's why Sweden's on its ass, in my opinion.
You're right, it's gone down.
The worst thing about
Fourth, in fact. Finland's even beat that. Finland's beat that, and they make a sport carrying the mold zone from the pub or something.
the worst thing about Allen keys is if you don't have enough space to rotate it properly all the way around, and you have to go like
Absolutely.
and then like pick it up.
Absolutely. The worst thing. Do you know what? That is possibly.
It's
right up there with famine. It's like one of the worst things that can happen to a human. It's like you're trying to turn it, and it's bad because you're in an awkward position.
Yeah.
You're sweating.
yeah.
all you can smell is MDF.
You said,
And your tongue's never been as far out your mouth.
every time you breathe out, just a bit of sawdust comes out. And you said it'd be ready half an hour ago, like about 3 hours ago.
And she keeps asking, and then she comes in and goes, "Is that all you're up to?" And you're like, if you lay there like this corpse.
And you can't. You tried turning it manually with your hand, but it doesn't work. Oh, nightmare.
When you say slide the back of the wardrobe in, I don't know where they do these things. I'm like that in a box room.
Oh,
You think
I did
my
that.
door's not even that wide.
We got a wardrobe in when we were in our old flat, and I set it up. So I kind of set it up where I could on the floor, and then I tried lifting it up. But instead of lifting it up that way, I lifted it up sideways. Everything just broke on it. Like it just completely snapped. And it was like it was about 15 minutes. And again, I don't get angry very often, but I was angry. And then I realised I could just turn it upside down and start again. So there's like bits of it that's just all ripped up. We just left it in the flat.
You know where I am with a flat pack? Some of them. I love a flat pack, but not IKEA's. And about 35 minutes into it, you know where I am when you hear the hammer going. And at no point do you have to use a hammer. Get out now! Nobody ever uses this. Remember in school, they never had these cogs that you put the cog and then you put the thing on and then you wind it round. It's like, why? Why don't you just give me a good old screw?
Yeah, it's like
I'm sure that was why I got kicked out of online dating.
Well, because you kept saying, "Go on, just give me a good screw."
Good old screw.
just
With a hat on that said "Boob Inspector."
Well,
That's all
the
2016.
FBI
FBI, female body inspector. Can you imagine wearing one of them now in 2018?
I'm dressed down day. Just wear one of them in the office.
Imagine if someone from 2018 went back in time and seen me Uncle Andy on holiday in Blackpool. FBI. A pen when the woman's clothes came off. Getting different times, weren't they?
Norway. What, do we have
Is
some
Iceland
listeners?
Scandinavia?
No. Ooh.
Isn't
And Greenland?
Is it?
No, but isn't
Iceland's a shop, isn't it?
Isn't Iceland really green and Greenland really icy? Is that like correct?
I don't know. Are these part of Scandinavia? Yes or no?
I don't know. I just
You know, this is what you did in GCSEs. Ask them a question back.
yeah.
What's the capital of Italy? Well, some people say it's this. Some people say it's that.
What's the capital anyway?
Someone's going to get in the car next to
Someone's coming. Yeah,
I don't know if
they're
I've
gonna
left
get
her enough room.
in. Gonna get in.
Have I left her enough
Someone's gonna
room?
knock
I'll
on.
tell you what. This would be a
She's
bad.
gonna-
This would be a bad day to scratch my paintwork. 3 witnesses in it, all on camera.
The dashboard.
Oh,
She's scared now. She's not actually getting in.
We were
I know.
talking about Norway because we have listeners in Norway.
Yes.
Do we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the way it makes it sound like spies. I have listeners in Norway. They keep their ears open
Or it sounds
for all
like.
things Norwegian.
Or it sounds like, you know, in Dragon's Den when the pitch is really going south and they just go, I've got an invoice, a promise of orders.
How many films have you made?
Well, conceptually, I've made.
My business is worth £1 million.
And I'll
Based
give
on this order from my mum.
so that's a napkin. Oh. I love it though. I don't know whether it's just because you like seeing people crushed. They just start so positively. Oh, I'm going to go in. It's a slide, but it's made out of jelly and all this, and then they go. It's a £4 million company, and I'll give you 10% for £3 million.
There's no. It's pointless show, innit?
Yeah.
You just sit there. Why? They never want to give. They never got 10% sounds right. They just come back with something ludicrous, right? They give you half the money for 99% of the company and
All of your trousers.
all your trousers and 2 nights with your wife. Deborah Maiden.
I don't think I've ever seen her put her hand in her pocket. It's like so.
What,
Spread-
physically,
spread
you
skirt.
never see- you
Yeah.
can't physically do it.
She's like no, she's like that.
Pepita has an FBI t-shirt on. What I want to do is touch her up. Don't mind who's Greg Wallace all the time.
She's, by the way, she's still not got in her car.
I know, yeah, I know.
What's she doing?
Maybe she's spying. Oh, I think she's just come over just to keep an eye
Just
on
to
her.
get
Yeah.
it. Do security checks.
Like when they have those people and like the morning shows in America when they stand behind the screens with like signs.
Well, people like that kill transfer deadline there, and at the same time kill football.
What people?
Yeah, but they took it too far. Used to be transfer
There was a
deadline
chap
day
on
used
Sky,
to be good.
wasn't he? Yeah.
And you stand outside the grounds and they go, "Hey, hey, hey." Then one day somebody stuck a vibrator in his face. Evertonian, shock. Scum. So you just think, why would you... Well, his mum's there at home going, "Tommy, where's my
Where's
vibrator?"
that gone?
Oh, no, Jimmy's took it down Goodison because they're signing Amakachi. The lights are on. I thought he was like that to get his voice. It sounds like a rabbit. What's up, Doc?
Oh, dear.
So that's Norway, though.
That's not...
Tom!
What?
The chin, they keep
What
it
else did you get up at the weekend then? He went up to, what was it? Mantor?
Mantor.
Mantor.
Man's on tour.
Man's on tour. Man's on tour. So I went out, I had some drinks, and went out and I had a calzone pizza, right?
Cool.
I paid an
Michael?
extra.
Oh.
Well, I paid an extra £1 to basically have my pizza folded in half.
Yeah, it makes it taste better though. I'd pay the pound.
No, how does it?
But that's
Would
how
you get
eat
one
it.
from? Yeah.
I don't eat it
Just
like
fold
that.
it in half, yeah.
Like dripping a pizza in my thing, I just roll it over and eat it.
Yeah, Roman style.
So you know what? When you buy one from Tesco, you don't go home and go, "Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just cut it down the middle and fold it in half and then eat it."
No, but I also don't like charge an extra pound for
You
doing
get
it.
extra fillings though, don't you, in a calzone? You must
Yeah.
do. You must do. And you get a bit of extra tomato sauce. However, it's just one of them. It's a great idea at the time. And it comes out, you're right, it's just an
just
upset.
fold it, yeah.
You know what it is? It's the ones that drop on the floor.
Oh,
Oh! What a mistake to make.
That's the extra £1.
That's if you went to an Italian, of course. If you
Well,
went to
obviously,
just a
yeah.
if you went to a pizza hut, they'd just flatten it back out, put it out on the buffet.
4 second rule. Oh,
Careful,
she's
love.
getting in. Watch the paintwork.
There we go. Bag in first. I can never get this leg in. No one, whenever we do it. No, never. Just driving it like that, like a skateboard.
it's like Fred Flintstone.
Marty McFly. Came skating around the corner. Use my feet to stop. No,
that
you know,
could
when
be
you
you
squeeze
running
in
along.
next to
Yeah.
in your car and you put this leg in, then you realise you've still got a leg to come in. And you're like that, and you think, oh, and they're still sat in the car next to you, and you end up bringing it in and getting cramp. And you sat like this in your own car.
Yeah,
You
you
think-
style out.
You think, it's well worth it, isn't it?
I can never get a quick getaway in a car. I always find myself like, it just takes me ages to coordinate my feet and arms and body to get in a car.
Wow. How's your marathon training going?
I was going really well. Yeah, well, I did 10 miles yesterday, and then I did about 8.5 the week before. But I nearly got run over by a guy on a bike, and someone threw something out of a car at me. So
What was thrown at you?
I don't know. It's like some sort of liquidy thing. I was really tired at that point.
I'd rather you be around the roads in a car and a bike.
Yeah,
I think cyclists.
No, but he's on the pavement.
Scum.
it was on the pavement as well. That's
I think there's nothing worse than, you know, there's some dickhead cyclists, what they do. I caught one the other day out here on the crossing. Get on this.
What, by the neck as he's going past?
I felt like catching him on the spokes, I tell you. The stick. So I'm driving, and he comes. He's dressed up like Wiggo.
yeah.
I think he looks professional. Uses the crossing. Makes me stop at a Pelican crossing while he cycles across it to get to the other pavement. Absolutely fuming. I followed him all the way to his work, shouting obscenities. But then, because he was dressed as Wiggo, we thought it was his coach. Every Wednesday we do it now. We're that close to the British Championships. You bastard! That's the motivation I needed. Thank you, Michael.
Get off the road!
And then they win gold medals for cycling indoors. You're not meant to cycle indoors. It's just stupid, isn't it? You don't have like, why? Let's go indoors with no. It's not cycling, mate.
Yeah, but that's like saying like the long jump, like they jump into sand, but you don't jump on the beach, do you?
No, because you're still jumping a long way, so it's fine that.
Oh.
And they have to jump into something. Granted, what it should be is like a hole, and then they just fall down it.
And then they slide back up, and then they stand up straight back on their feet again, and they'll plop out.
Or they come out of the water from the steeple
Pop
jump.
out.
Like that.
The
Yeah.
the steeple jump, the strangest of it. So it's kind of like running, yeah, but you just jump over this thing like a horse. Oh, okay.
Massive
Why-
hurdles.
where are the horses? Oh, they're just dancing. Oh, right, okay.
Oh, that's in the Olympics. The Olympics is just rubbish, isn't it? When you think about dancing horses, and they don't even get a medal. Princess Anne's daughter, Zara Phillips, won Sports Personality of the Year. She didn't do anything. She sat on the back of the horse did all the work. The horse did everything. You know what she did? This. That's it. Sports Personality of the Year. She hasn't even got a personality. The horse should have won it.
Yeah, that would it'd make a much better ceremony though.
Absolutely, it shits all over Lineker's shoes. Tweet about that, dickhead. Well, that for a bit of social injustice.
How are you going to clean that up after as well, Paul Lineker's shoes? Oh, there's another one.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You've put on the running order here.
You're wasting it.
No, it's because some things we can segue to. Right, this is number 2.
You've been on a Segway.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yes.
I've never been on one.
Haven't you?
No.
Wouldn't suit you.
No.
You'd look odd on it. You would look. In fact, the more thing about it, you look odd, like a young Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
I look like a young Colonel Sanders.
On a paper round. Like, you just look really bizarre. Here's the news. Here's the news.
They should have took off Segways, but then we realised that we were built to walk.
Didn't the guy who invented the Segway?
I'm born to run.
He fell off a cliff on a Segway. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, it's like the guy from Atkins died of eating mal and something.
Well, he had a heart attack, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily just because of the Atkins diet. It's just a side thing, isn't it? People just try. The guy who invented jogging died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Everyone died. You know where the guy though? Stop breathing.
Yeah.
The guy who invented swimming. Died.
No.
Stop breathing.
Yeah.
The guy who invented scuba diving died. Stop breathing.
Guy who invented Allen keys. Still going.
Still going because
Still
he's just a
collecting them
massive
all,
twat.
He'll live forever.
Imagine his coffin. Let's shake it.
They lift it up and he just falls out the bottom.
Tighten it like that. And I hope it's dead hard and they have to do like half turns and think to themselves, I'll be here forever. And realistically, in the sands of time, it's like a minute. It feels forever.
Just like second guessing, am I going the right way? Definitely going the right way. Right.
Number point 2
Yes.
also sort of qualifies as a listener/viewer question.
Okay.
Right. So it is, how would you collect a stool sample? Because somebody was describing it to me and he said, I couldn't work out how to do it. So he got a paper plate out, right, to try and actually do it on a plate. He then got a takeaway, like a little tinfoil takeaway thing, right, and ended up physically just trying to catch it underneath. And then he said, well, how would you catch it? I didn't. I just said I was never going around his house for tea at that point.
Well, I googled it and there's actually an instruction video. And there's these 2 girls who are really good at it. In fact, they're so good.
Nice piano score.
They're so good, they managed to use the same specimen bottle, same cup. 2 girls, 1 cup, apparently it's called.
And that's the instructional guide.
That's the instruction manual,
Okay.
as put out by the NHS.
Oh, that's quite handy. We should get
How you
share
do?
that around.
How you do, mate, is first of all, you do it in private and never talk about it again. Excuse me, how do you catch a shit midstream?
It's nice though, nice that we've now moved to 2 different forms of media, and now you bring that up. We could have done that when we were doing the old radio show when no one was listening.
We have more listeners in the radio days, you know that. This is like Andy Crane doing the news on local TV. He used to have the nation in the palm of his hand. That's what we were.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Northern Quarter, Manchester, and now we've got 44 views on Thingy as we're on our lunch hour.
But
Well, hey, one day.
But the creative freedom we have now is
absolutely
so much better.
Reminds me of speaking of freedom, I never felt freer than when I've had one of these.
Are they the ones you pour yourself?
These are the ones I pour myself and bring them in the car.
Times the time.
What am I going to do? Bring a mug? It's spill everywhere. Look at that.
Do you write your own name on the top of it?
Hey, I've been grounded. There was something in our paper the other day. There was we get this thing through the door, and it's like all the services they have in Royton where we live, and one of them was stopcocks, female plumbers. Brilliant.
Stopcocks.
Stopcocks. Stopcocks. Ring me. Female plumber. I just don't have the confidence. Fact. Maybe in a few years, 2018.
Maybe
it's all changing.
mate, you'll get older. You'll get it.
But when I get old, it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
Is there anything good about getting old?
Yeah.
Yeah, is there?
Yeah, of course
I'm
there
not
is.
convinced.
Oh, you get less tolerant and you give less shits, which means it's great to be intolerant. So, for instance, if I'm in a queue and I think, oh, this is just ridiculous. In the past, I'd have gone, oh, God, I'm going to be afraid of you. And now I go, you need more men on this queue. You need more people behind the till. And then I'll turn around to the person next to me and voice my discomfort to the point where I flounce off. It's brilliant.
Flounce off.
Whereas the older you get, the longer you stay in the queue and the more obstructive you get.
Yeah.
It's like in the past, I was always dead nice in the supermarket, especially in Aldi. You know, somebody comes along with like a bunch of bananas. I go, do you want to go in front of me? And now I just look at them, pretend they haven't seen them, and just carry on stacking 3 weeks worth of shopping. I think, it's your own fucking fault. You should have wrote a list. If you need bananas that badly that you're going to come to a supermarket on a Saturday morning, get in the queue. Some of us are carrying on with life here. I mean, you should be shopping local.
Should be allowed in this exclusive supermarket.
Well, it's not exclusive. There's no point looking at me like a puppy dog going, oh, you got bananas. Have you only got bananas? I've got a family at home. I've got to get a move on. I've got to think how many carrier bags I need for this. I haven't got time just to let you go in front because you got some bananas. That's the beauty of getting old. You can fuck people off and not give a shit. Just look at them and just go.
So you go from that to the point where you just go just to get bananas?
No, they weren't old.
No, they weren't old.
No, if it was an old person with bananas, they've just come to go in the queue to spend the time.
Just to be around some
Just
people,
to-
probably.
yeah.
Some
fair
people.
enough,
But when they look at you, you go, I've only got bananas. I don't give a shit. I'm sorry. You know what? I shop online, love. I'm still at the supermarket every week because we forget to get everything. You don't see me walking around with just one item. Let me in the queue.
Are we 100% sure they were doing that face?
Hey, because they got this look from me. They're like, bananas. I'm like, week's worth of shopping here.
But you didn't do the thing of going, do you want to go ahead? Yeah, well, you can't. That's like the next level.
No, that's being a dick, and that's against my New Year's resolution. Just blanking them outright. That's beautiful. Fuck off. Look at me. Got here 10 minutes earlier than you. And we're going outside in a minute looking at all the parent and child, looking for child seats. I do it. I blocked someone in once.
Yeah.
I watched him get out and he had no kids. I thought, got a bit of time to kill. I've got nothing frozen. So I just drove up behind the car and I got out and I stood in front of it and he came back and he was like looking round. I went, oh, sorry, that's my car. I'm just waiting for my kids to come out and then I'll be on my way because it's parent and child. But he went, you blocked me in. I said, you're in a parent and child. I went, it's not against the law and all that stuff. I just felt dead empowered and I went, I best go in and see where they are. And he was going, so then I got in the car and then just dead smugly just sat there for like a minute and thought, oh, this is amazing. And then just reversed nicely out and then he's like that, he's doing all that and I went, there's children about. On your way.
This is the area where children are most likely to be.
This is where they are most likely to be, not lazily fat gets like you. Off you go. He was lazy. Yeah, that's it.
Problem is though, always good spots, always good parking spots.
Well, they're not near the doors at our Tesco. All they are is just a bit wider.
Yeah, so
that's
you
it.
Is that so you can get your leg in properly?
So you can get your leg in, so you can get your kids in. Because you've got a trolley to contend with as well. The trolley can go pissing off halfway down the car park. So no, but because Lazy Dave here decides, oh, look at that, I'll just drive in there. There's about 30 other spaces, Lazy Dave. Get in them.
But he's only nipped in to get some bananas.
I don't give a flying fuck.
Bloody Lazy Dave.
Lazy Dave.
Lazy Dave had it
It
again.
says itself right for having a personalised number plate.
What LZ? I don't understand personalised number plates. Have we spoke about that before? I feel like we have.
No.
It's been another podcast. Where you just
Did you do another podcast?
yes.
Right.
Anyway, come on.
Um,
What? Personalised number plates?
yeah, they've either got to be like if they're good, they're great. But if they're like mediocre, they're terrible. If that makes sense. So if it's like Dave
Right.
and it's like
Lazy
D4.
D4
V3.
E, and it's
What?
like
What's the
What about that one right in front of us?
worth a load of money? That's just because they collect them. Serious. So some of the ones that go for, when I worked at a car finance company, the one was for 20 grand, which was D1 LD0. Dildo.
oh dildo.
20 grand.
20 grand.
What?
I mean, why do that and buy a personalised number plate? Why don't you just put your name on the side of the car? Michael's car.
Yeah.
Adam,
Is
what
it-
happened to Michael and Tara? Across the aisle window. Hey?
But it's like, is it so that you don't forget I forgot what my car is. Oh, there it is. It's my name's on it. Like,
Just press the unlock button. You'll
Yeah.
soon find it.
yeah.
Or wait till everyone's gone home.
Or just put loads of stuff in the back.
I didn't realise it was a 24-hour shop. Oh.
Just leave it filled up with stuff. You'll always know which one it is then.
Kids off of B&Q the other day over that 24-hour thing. I went on Saturday.
What a surprise.
I went on Saturday. Next near us is open till 8. So I thought I'll go at 7. Traffic's gone. Went in, picked up my suit, nice and easy. I thought, I've got some paint to take back to B&Q. Thought, looks a bit quiet. And this woman just popped her head round as she was coming out. She went, sorry, love, we shut at 7. And instead of me saying it, I went, 7? This poor woman. Could she 7? She went, we're open again tomorrow at 10. 10! I was there at 5:30.
I just
Dropping
said you
them
go
off.
back. Yeah.
Tell you right, went on my way back from the tip. Running order, Tom.
Right in order. Siobhan, well, I can't remember what the other one was. Siobhan went to life drawing the weekend. See that segue?
Jeez. We're going to have a little disciplinary after this one, I think.
Is it time for me quarterly review?
It's performance related.
Performance review on agendas. Yeah, okay.
On gender.
Agenda.
Speaking of life drawings, see, that's how you do it.
I like this week though. Tom's committed it to memory, but can't remember it.
Oh no, I can't remember. I'm still sort of looking. No, actually, I'm trying to
So
read
it's life
yours at the
drawing
same
when
time.
you draw naked people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I thought you could go and pose.
Me?
Yeah, I thought you'd be good at posing.
No.
Why not?
I can't sit still for that long.
Unless it's abstract.
Then the more they'd have to just paint my face of this. Because that's just my sitting still face. I don't have like a. I want people to sit like that. When I sit and I don't do anything, I just go.
You go into standby mode.
It's like my spirit just leaves my body and goes, well, we'll leave in there for a bit.
We'll pop back after the break.
Brake lights! Except it's not quite as sexy as when Swayze exits the body and all that with me. Just like bumbling around, complaining, going, "Ugh."
Why do they? The thing about life drawings that I don't understand.
Yeah, go on.
No, it's like
What's the point?
if you're either going to either draw the naked person or you draw the vase of flowers. You don't draw both. Like if it's a carefully positioned, just draw the vase.
The thing is, like, why did they have to have no clothes on? Because that's.
I don't know.
Why did they have to? Like, you have to sit like this. I've never sat like that with no clothes on, ever. Just sit down like you're thinking. If I've got no clothes on,
what am I going to wear today?
if I've got no clothes on, all I'm thinking is, I need to put some clothes on. And that's probably a momentary. The only time I sit naked is when I'm on the bed thinking, fuck my life, I've got to go to work. And then you pull your undies on and you're done. That's not life drawing, is it? Just me on the end of the bed, slumped down at 6:30 in the morning.
But that's proper life drawing. Like
Real life drawing.
real
that's
life
what it
drawing. That's it. Yeah, we start a new class.
Really? Right, just outside
Real life
Sainsbury's.
drawing, yeah.
People can walk it up. Oh, just hold it there. Hold it there. What's in the trolley, love? Right?
Just didn't draw that picture of you, that face you pull to the guy getting his bananas to Lazy Dave.
Fuck off.
So should we all have an attempt to draw some real life drawings, and then we'll show them on next week's.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Show 'em.
Yeah, but just somewhere explains what the whole point of life drawing is.
It's
Because when I draw, I like to draw like a spaceship or an imaginary football kit. I don't need to look at something.
Imaginary football.
Like design next year's kit. That's what I did when I was a kid. Design next year's kit and draw a stadium.
And then get annoyed when it wasn't actually that kit.
What's that? What's
what's
Mine is
that?
better than that.
Please. It does sort of. I'm not the biggest appreciative of art. I don't really get it, and I sort of sometimes think, well, what's the point of art when you've got pictures? Just throwing that out there.
You mean photos?
Yeah.
What's the point of photos when you got video?
Well, that's a fair point.
There you go.
Yeah, but you can't always look at video.
What, like this?
You can.
No.
Can you or can you not?
No.
Would you rather watch just stills, like that courtroom's impressions of us in the car?
Do you know what? That would be really good. That would like it
All
look-
naked? Yeah, that's it, they're not naked in courts. Maybe
look-
that's what she should do. She should be concentrating on how to do courtroom drawings because they are on the telly.
That's where the money is. Yeah.
Is it still on the telly then?
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. 2018, it was shit like that.
But they're like, oh no, because they've got to be drawn quickly. These court cases go on for like weeks.
And the pastels they use,
Yeah.
gorgeous palette.
Oh, show us his set. Oh,
Look at that. Imagine the worry lines and everything.
Yeah.
It's always the same. Just looking at the thing like that.
yeah. But it's always like but you can never like. Sometimes you can't even tell who it is, even though you know it's like a celebrity or something. And it's like the celebrity was in the dock today, and here's the picture, and it's like.
Thing is though, I've worked out what they must do. Nobody's interested in the jury or the judge or the solicitor, so I bet that's just a standard template, and all they do is just draw on the defendant. every
Oh
time.
my god! Can you imagine?
They got, there you go, bang that one out. Bring him out, court 3. I'll be there in a minute, pal. What is he? White male, 35 to 40. I think I've got one of them in the bag. Get that one off to ITM.
So it's like pastels.
Piece of piss, innit?
And there's
I just broke the myth.
just a felt tip pen just drawing an unhappy face on it. Like
I'm going to get tasered on the way down here now by the court drawers.
Court Drawers Association.
Wake up and they sack on me in. No clothes on, they're all drawing me.
It just makes every court scene seem like a scene from The Snowman, doesn't it?
Raymond Briggs in court, that's where it all started. Is sexual harassment, and they do a drawing of him in court. If they'll draw, oh man, he has been done for it. He's been took off the telly.
I thought he was back on the telly.
Oh, 3 weeks behind on the news. This is why it's important.
Good morning, Britain.
Well, no, he got done for it, didn't he? He's cited.
I don't know. What I'll do is I'll double check, and then if he hasn't, we'll just legally just rewind this.
Just put a little FBI logo over the top.
Yeah.
Female body inspector. Somebody's wearing. No, he was one of the people, I believe.
Cool. And if he's not, then no one will hear this.
If he's not, well, if he's not, it's fine. I've been misinformed. Don't blame me. Blame the person who told me. It's not all
I
starts.
don't think that's a legal defence. I didn't mean to kill him. It was someone else, and I just.
No, because that's different. But it's not my fault.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to slander. I was 3 weeks behind on the news. Somebody told me the wrong
It's not my
thing.
fault.
I didn't mean to then just put it all over the internet on a video.
Well, I didn't. I said, did he? And you
That's
guys
my
went,
defence.
I don't know. So I said,
Sorry about
well,
it.
at this moment in time then, until I can find out otherwise, he's still in the camp of, he's been accused of it. But if he's now been not doing it, then that's fine. Well done.
He's now not doing it.
Well done. Well done.
Well done for not doing it.
doing it.
Yeah, I think we all deserve a pat on the back for not doing it.
That's like a participation medal, a non-participation medal.
I survived 2018 with my career intact.
Right. Well, this seems like a almost lovely point to.
I think this is a safe point to leave it. Just, yeah.
You've got some information that you want to wave and give out. Is that right?
Have look. I printed this at home.
Yeah.
What font's that?
It's Calibri. think it's
George's official font, but whatever.
It's no longer. Twitter is at 2.5beard. Facebook is at 2.5beards. That's facebook.com/2.5beards. Insta is at 2.5beards. And podcasts, search 2.5beards on the app or on iTunes if you haven't got the app. Just saying. Or go to 2.5beards.podbean.com. Oh, that turned it over.
See?
So that's audio as well.
It's like I'm
Yeah.
Bob Dylan in the
That's
back
good,
end. I love Actually.
Yeah, this bit would be great for the podcast.
Please like, share, comment, and leave a review.
I'd just like to apologise to all the court drawers for saying how archaic it looked that we're still drawing in court
So,
after our paper shuffling scenario.
If any court drones isn't completely offended by this and fancies drawing us up some numbers and some contact details, that would be
hold on,
wonderful.
you're apologising to them, but not.
Well, up until I'm told otherwise. You've just disproved. I'll Google it now. Give us a minute. Maybe I should do it.
If the video just ends. If you do leave us a review on iTunes, which we strongly suggest because that moves us up algorithms, which I don't fully understand, and we'll read out any reviews that you leave. So just go to iTunes and review it.
Okay.
Right.
Bye.
Thank you very much for listening. We'll be back Friday, I believe, for another edition of this. I nearly said a completely different podcast. Thank you very much. 2.5 Beards. Goodbye.
Yeah.